tour. And she'll come to the State Theater at Playhouse Square a week from this Saturday. That is the 21st. PlayhouseSquare.org for all the details. Any and all shows coming through there. This pair for you. Caller 10, 2 for Sarah Silverman. The weekend after this next one here. Good luck. 216-578-1007. Or 800-348-1007.
He's been called a waste of space before, but now it's official. Alan Cox.
To occupy the city.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Got some hot celebrity goss. Moments away from Perez Bilton. If you want to send a text, 35192. The Alan Cox Show YouTube channel is where you want to watch live. And your Guardians get another crack at the Chicago White Sox tonight. They beat them last night. That should come as a surprise to 0 people. But the Guardians and the White Sox will do it again tonight. 5-3 was the Guardians' win last night at Guaranteed Rate Field. I was too crestfallen to do a Google search of what the attendance was at Guaranteed Rate Field last
30.
night. Probably more Guardians fans than White Sox fans, even in Chicago.
Yeah, probably.
7:40 tonight, game 2 of 3. So 7:10 is when the pregame coverage will begin. Keep in mind, all month long, I reposted Cleveland Clothing Company on my Instagram story today. Just to remind you, in addition to the MMS merch, you can get a variety of things that have the word Cleveland on them, or the land, or nearly infinite permutations thereof. They got a lot of good stuff, and they're always dropping new items, too. So just use the promo code GUARDIAN for 20% off. Do a little shopping over there. If you're in one of their stores, you can use it. If you're doing it online, you can use it. But use it. And save yourself some scratch. 20% off with Guardian all September long with CLE Clothing Company. They have begun production on Happy Gilmore 2.
Hey.
Cameras are rolling. Slates are being snapped. And I still don't know what the premise is. Julie Bowen is back. Shooter McGavin is back. You can't have Carl Weathers. He was a big part of that movie. He's passed away.
Is that Chubbs?
Yeah.
That was Chubbs. New co-star Benito Martinez Ocasio. You know who that is? He's a performer who goes by Bad Bunny.
Oh.
And they're trying to make him a thing in movies. He was in a Brad Pitt movie called Bullet Train. He was actually pretty good. I mean, it was an action movie, so there wasn't that much for him to do, but he wasn't bad. Cut's an imposing figure. So Bad Bunny is going to be, I have to assume that he's maybe more of a villain character. Maybe Happy Gilmore. Did they ever say what Happy Gilmore's first name is?
Happy.
Happy.
But did they ever say what his given name was?
Happy.
Happy.
He was named Happy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, is that like a big
It was
plot
on the
point in the movie?
checks. No. It's just he's Happy Gilmore.
His grandmother didn't call him that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody called him that.
No.
It was his
I
name.
mean, but that was his given name?
That was his given name.
They established that's his given name in the
It's
movie.
on the checks.
What does that have to do with anything?
You write the checks to Happy Gilmore.
Those giant checks?
Yeah.
Those are promotional. You write whatever you want. You can
He was
write
cashing 'em.
You write Bad Bunny on
You
him.
put
if
him in
you
his car. Take him to the bank.
want. All
I
right.
don't have
Well,
any checks to give you.
all right.
One of the big ones. I don't care.
Yeah. So, I don't know who's... Oh, Kyle Newacheck is directing it. He's from Workaholics.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's exciting. He directed Murder Mystery, which was that Adam Sandler, Jennifer Aniston
Did he direct the sequel too?
Netflix thing. Huh?
Did he do the sequel as well?
I don't know. They did a sequel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Murder Mystery
Yep.
2.
It must be nice to be at that point in your career. And I think Sandler's funny. I really liked his new hour. I thought it was very funny. It was as chaotic as you described it.
Yes.
I had watched about half of it when we first talked about it, and I watched the other half. But I love it. It feels
It's very
low
fun.
tech, and it's,
Yeah.
100% Adam Sandler. I liked it a lot. But it must be great at that point in your career when Netflix goes, here's a ton of money, just give us 5 movies.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever you give them, they'll put on Netflix.
They'll make it.
They'll make it. Yeah. Get whoever you want. Get all your friends in front of
film in
and behind the
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's like the modern day Michael Caine. You know, Michael Caine famously said, they were like, how do you pick your scripts? Well, I pick scripts based on where I want to be that time of the year. If it's January in England, I'll pick a script that has me in Hawaii.
Not a bad choice.
Right. He's like, I didn't like the movie, but I really liked the house it bought me. That was his approach
Yeah.
to acting. And there's nothing wrong, you know, why the hell else is Michael Caine going to be in Jaws 3 or Jaws 4 or whatever?
4.
He's
using 4.
Yeah, he's like, that movie bought me a house.
Mm-hmm. Bought him a house, and it put him in a tropical climate for a few months.
Yeah. You're just making googly eyes at a mechanical shark.
Mm-hmm.
What do you care? Now, that wasn't the one with Dennis Quaid. That was Jaws 3D. I believe. I remember seeing Jaws 3D in the theater. So, and I was young, so this would have had to have been, when was Jaws 3D?
Probably
July of 83.
Yeah.
All right, so I had just turned 12 the previous month. And it's Dennis Quaid, and it's Leah Thompson, who was in Back to the Future, and Lou Gossett Jr.'s in it. Jaws 3D. This was state-of-the-art movie making.
Mm-hmm.
They had done Jaws. Try to follow me with the numbers here.
Okay.
So they had done Jaws. Now, they didn't call it Jaws 1, even though they should have. I think that'd be a flex if you call your movie, you give your first movie the 1.
And then never do a sequel.
Right. Or if you do, it's still there, but you initially called it that. So they do a movie called Jaws. It ends up being a massive hit. It's considered like what set the notion of summer blockbuster movies in motion. Merchandising and things like that. That wasn't a thing before Jaws and Star Wars. So then they come along and they go, well, we got to keep this train a-rolling. And so they make Jaws 2. They go, well, let's, you know, if you have one that hits, you're definitely going to get away with 2. So they bring Roy Scheider back and they bring the people back. And then they go, well, can we make a third one? Well, Roy Scheider wants nothing to do with that. And Steven Spielberg wants nothing to do with that. And they go, well, what if we make it 3D? And the poster said, the third dimension is terror.
Nice.
Yeah. And the premise was that a great white shark got into SeaWorld or something. I don't know. What
Yeah, it wasn't SeaWorld, but it was a like.
It was like a water park where the shark.
It was a SeaWorld type place.
Yeah. So in the 80s, horror movies had kind of revived, 3D movies were cyclical. They'd come around in the 50s and then a little bit in this, By the 80s, with like slasher movies, people were like, oh, we got to bring back 3D. So like the third Friday the 13th movie. What they would essentially do is they would take the third of any franchise, just put a D on it, throw you some glasses, and hope for the best. So there was Amityville 3D and all this crap. And I was going to see all of them. I was a sucker. So Jaws 3D comes out. They give you the glasses. And it was terrible.
It was
They
terrible.
did. So bad that the fourth movie acted like the third one never happened.
Right.
I think the fourth one was the one with Michael Caine.
Right.
Jaws the Revenge. And it's had Roy Scheider's wife in it. This actress, Lorraine Gary, was the one who just kept doing them because she's like, I'll take the money. I don't care. But Jaws 3D was, obviously in retrospect, not state-of-the-art 3D, but at the time it was.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a scene where they're looking for a guy who's gone diving to find the shark. And Dennis Quaid goes down. And he's looking for the guy. Does he find the guy? He does not. But what you find is the guy's severed arm coming out of the screen into your face. And it was the greatest thing I had ever seen in my life.
No.
The severed arm. The whole theater.
Freaked out.
No, not freaked out. We're all swinging our arms in the air like a bunch of idiots. Oh, it was great. Like Jay Leno in Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. He's like, I hate 3D glasses because I'm always lifting them up. What are they doing now? What's going on now? What does it look like now? Yeah, we're swatting our arms in the air. But Jaws 3D. How the hell do we get... Oh, Happy Gilmore 2. Now, if they do a third one, God willing, it'll be Happy Gilmore 3D. Imagine he's shooting those golf balls and they're coming right at you. Man, if there was ever an opportunity for a movie to bring back 3D, I think 3D's kind of gone away, right? It was like
it's
Piranha 3D. That was a while ago. It was like usually the domain of horror films.
The 2010s had a 3D resurgence.
There you go.
And now it's gone. It came back because of Avatar, and then...
Oh, that was 3D?
Yeah.
I mean, I realize that there are 3D films. They still make them all the time.
They still put stuff out in 3D, but it's just like nobody cares like they used to.
I remember it was right before we had moved to Cleveland, because it was, I think, maybe the last movie we saw in Chicago was they had rebooted an 80s movie called My Bloody Valentine from the early 80s. And they rebooted it, made it super bloody, and made it in 3D.
Neat.
And we just remember it because we went on Tuesdays, because that was cheapy dollar ticket day, and we didn't have any money. And there was an entire family in front of us of little kids and their parents. Little kids.
Perfect.
And the parents really wanted to see this movie because these kids, half of them barely knew what was going on, and the other half that did were like screaming and,
Perfect.
Right. Hey, do you want to throw some hot celebrity goss at an unsuspecting audience?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Hot Celebrity Gossip with Perez, Bilton. Ooh.
Oh, I got some hot gossip you can slurp right up into your face. Slurp it up. All right. Let's start with Prince Harry. He's got a new Netflix show coming out. He signed this big overall deal with Netflix, and it's about polo, the sport. And according to inside sources...
Oh, hold on, sorry.
One job.
Inside sources.
Apologies.
I'm actually going to reveal one of my sources today.
Oh.
We'll see how this goes. But I'd like to introduce my source on this, and he's going to report on it. This is Squishy Hulk. Hello, I'm Squishy Hulk. Hi, Squishy Hulk. What do you have to tell us about this new Netflix show with Prince Harry? It's about polo. Polo's gay.
Oh, yeah. Faux shiz, faux shiz.
Why is it gay? They have hammers and they don't hit each other with the hammers. All right. This bit.
Oh, yeah. Faux shiz, faux shiz.
Squishy Hulk. Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Let's keep going.
That's it.
No, that's it. That's it.
Oh, my God.
No, you try and write
Hulk
these
not
every
even the
week.
character with a hammer, Mary, in the
No.
comic books. Right.
That's not the reason. He just had inside sources.
He likes to smash.
He wants to hit people with hammers.
Inside sources.
If there's a hammer, I'll use it.
What voice is that?
That's Squishy Hulk,
Squishy
Mary.
Hulk's voice.
God.
What's wrong, Mary?
I could have taken today off. That's what's wrong.
Then
I
go
was
home,
like,
bitch.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to pull it together and feel good enough to go into work today.
I appreciate your commitment, Mary. Make no mistake.
Go home then.
I mean, you
Oh,
certainly...
we ran out of the music.
No. We got it.
Okay,
You
all right.
certainly don't want Squishy Hulk to get on Mary's bad side.
Right. All right. Next up, JD Vance was seen swimming at a pool in San Diego with his shirt on, and according to inside sources, we know why. Squishy Hulk, his nips are pierced.
Oh, yeah. Faux shiz, faux shiz.
He's got
They're pierced? Is that what he
He's
said?
got pierced nipples.
Mm-hmm.
Your voice is very inconsistent,
Oh,
Squishy Hulk.
yeah. Faux shiz, faux shiz.
And finally, Jason Kelsey debuted on Monday Night Football yesterday, and within minutes had a wardrobe malfunction and said this.
And all that said, Jason Kelsey is wearing a shirt he got at the mall because he left his travel bag in the truck. Left the bag in the truck.
Fits my belly now. I've lost a little bit of weight, but my tits are still struggling. Hey, the fact that a Hall of Fame center can shop at Lululemon, that's big, man. That's a big
And
accomplishment.
according to inside sources,
Inside sources.
he should pierce those nips too.
This is Hot Celebrity Gossip with Perez, Bilton. Ooh.
Mary, notes on Squishy Hulk.
What is there to say? Where'd you find this source?
CVS.
Five Below.
CVS. It was just an impulse buy a couple weeks ago. I've had him in my bag. I was like, you know what? I'm going to use Squishy Hulk for a bit. See how it goes. I like to try different stuff.
You got to try things, Mary.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can't just rest on your laurels.
Send that to your manager. See
There
if he
you go.
wants to sign
Yep.
me.
Bill's already been in contact with his representation.
Vera?
Yeah.
He said, I've got a Squishy Hulk iron in the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mary. I'll tell you who I'm worried about. Are you familiar with Emily Willis? We talked about her a while ago. This is a young woman who's been quite prolific in pornographic films. Emily Willis was not exactly my type. She was like small and like, kind of bony. But, she was cute. But then she had like a heart attack on set or something. She's like in her mid-20s. And so her dad was posting things about how Emily Willis was not doing well. I mean, this was months ago, February. Now, who knows what she was putting into her body or taking or whatever, but she had gotten really, really ill back in February, and they took her to a hospital, and they had to put her into a coma. And she has awakened from that coma, but they say she's got something called locked-in syndrome, and that she might never move again. Now, I always feel a little ambivalent about when bad luck befalls one of these porn stars. Because, whether they pass away or something puts them in a... The only way that we have to properly remember them is like any other actor. What do they do at the Oscars? They have the in memoriam reel. All the people have passed away. She's still alive, but the prognosis is not good. She remains unable to speak, and she can only follow objects with her eyes, they say. They don't know how she got there. They don't know why she got sick so quickly. They don't know. They said she's still alive, but that whatever path to recovery she might have would be extraordinarily challenging. And it sounds terrifying, frankly. They said locked-in syndrome is when you're aware of your surroundings and you have full consciousness, but you're paralyzed. It's like they make movies about that, right? Like where somebody's going to go into the knife. And they can look around, but they can't communicate.
Ooh.
They can just blink. And so they're hoping that she
That's how
can...
Mary gets during Perez Bilton.
Yeah.
Paralyzed.
Paralyzed.
With entertainment. Yeah, paralyzed with laughter. So, listen, pour one out for Emily Willis, who remains in really, really bad shape. And if you're unfamiliar with her films... maybe find one. And I don't know. But she's a young lady, and she's not doing well, and so we wish her the best. I've got to take a break.